image as well, where last week's release, mostly that have been redacted to prevent when it comes to the identity of the victims from going out. But Trump seems to be repeating when it comes to the Democrats' hoax behind Epstein. As far as when it comes to the US president has been saying that there are 10 lakh more pages that has been found, and it is now Donald Trump who seems to be seeking the release of the Epstein files. Now, as far as last week's pictures are concerned, some stunning revelations and names that came forward. However, there was a little mention of Donald Trump himself. But he continues to blame the Democrats, saying that not Republicans who are linked, and saying that release all of the names and to embarrass them. That's the post on Truth Social, where he says that several thousand more pages of Epstein that are now found, and DOJ is now behind it. And he says that the DOJ has now been forced to spend all this time on Democrat-inspired hoax. And when do they say no more and work on election fraud, etc.? He believes that it is the Democrats who are the ones who are working with Epstein and not the Republicans. Release all their names, embarrass them, and get them back and helping our country. The radical left doesn't want people talking about Trump and Republican success, only a long dead Jeffrey Epstein, and this is another witch hunt. Well, that is exactly the claim that is now being made by Donald Trump, where he seems to be now talking about as far as the Epstein files that has been revealing certain disturbing claims. Srinjoy, good morning. There is Donald Trump. He continues to call this as a Democrat hoax.
Yes, the Democrats are certainly involved in this in two ways. They want the Epstein files, and in the past, some Democrats have also had good relations with Jeffrey Epstein. There's no doubt about that. But the other important point that the president may seem to be ignoring is the fact that there are people within the Republican establishment, particularly the MAGAs, Republicans, who want the files out. And this is beginning to affect the MAGA Republicans and their base, because people are looking at, people in the American heartland are looking at all these files and saying all these young women, these underage women, they are from our part of the country. They are our daughters. They were our girls. How is it that Epstein managed to prey on them? How is it that all these big people met with them, spent hours with them on flights and so on? So they are the people who want the Epstein files out, because they feel that this should come out, and all those people who dealt with all these underage women should be punished, should be brought to book. Now, we all know that there has been action against people who were close to Epstein in Britain. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew, King Charles II's third's brother. Just imagine, the King Charles III, his brother, is no longer a prince. He's merely Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Yes. And
also Peter Mandelson. There's been action. So far, there's been no action in America. We have to see what eventually happens, because whether it's Democrat, whether it's Republican, whether it's anybody else, people want to see action on the ground.
So reiterating his claim and attack, saying that this is nothing but a Democrat hoax, but the Justice Department saying that there has been 1 million more documents potentially related to the Jeffrey Epstein case that has been found at the U.S. Attorney's Office, and they are reviewing it for further release as and when it may happen. Please do stay on with us, Srinjoy.